Hey all, this is Rob Ryder. It's Saturday, June 30th, 2012, and lots of little lights are starting to come on. Um, Earlier this week, really a matter of 2 days ago, it came to light, at least to myself, there's a thing called a master form mortgage, and it's the foundational document of your deed of trust. I don't know how many people have ever seen one before, but as you'll see, it will actually say master form mortgage on it or something to that effect. So let's find out what this thing is. This is from some link to budgeting, thenest.com, master mortgage, yada. A master mortgage is a mothership of all home loan contracts. The master document is the primary reference used throughout the life of your home loan. With all the subsequent variations, the term master mortgage was devised by major lending institutions and governments to refer to a written contract used to record a lien on a property. And if you go to this Freddie Mac link here, you would end up with, on this page here, where it talks about the different kinds of security instruments used in a mortgage. And the interesting thing is, first lien security instruments. So these are first lien instrument, and they look something like this. This is the one for Arizona, and when they get done with them, it looks something like this. And so this is what people are used to seeing in their property file. It's actually a first lien security instrument. That's what our friends here call it, first lien security instrument. Don't know what this written number here is, 426-something, 4527855, 2 of 2. However, there has to be a file number somewhere, and we're going to find out that's pretty important to know. And the other thing to pay attention to is they add this MIN, M-I-N number. It's an 18-digit number, that if you go to the MERS website, you can put this number in and find out who is servicing your mortgage. So that'll be of interest later. I'm just showing you right now that this thing that you have in your property file is basically, this form that they've cut and pasted and put on their own. And then you'll see at the bottom it says Arizona Uniform Instrument, Form 3003, I think it says. Oh, there it is. Yep. So they're using this system of uniform instruments as prescribed by Fannie and Freddie. Okay. Now, so that was the first lien security instruments. We go a little lower, and they have these things called master and short forms. And for instance, Arizona, the master form, title page, maybe. I don't know why I just did that. I don't really need to. Forget you. We're really done with them anyways. I have those in here. We'll get to that in a minute. In the master mortgage, the lien is the sales price agreed upon by the lender and borrower. And that's in the master mortgage. It didn't say it's in the frickin' first lien security instrument. It said it's in here. So this is the Arizona master form deed of trust. Master form deed of trust recorded by, and it will be a person, not a corporation, on behalf of the name of the lending institution causing the instrument to be recorded. And then this title page hereby incorporated into and made part of the attached deed of trust, both of which together comprise the master form deed of trust. This master form deed of trust is being recorded pursuant to Arizona Revised Statute, whatever. So on any of these that you go look at in this master form, now this is used in like 26 states. So it isn't the answer to everybody, but it's a hell of a good place to start. On this on the first one, the master form, right? It will tell you what statutes it's recorded under or by. Okay. Just real quick, see what California calls theirs? They don't call it a master form title page. They call it a fictitious deed of trust title page. Fictitious deed of trust title page. Does your deed of trust say fictitious deed of trust on it? Well, if it doesn't, then you're not looking at this. How come we don't know where this deed of trust is? No one's ever really pointed it out to us before. Okay, so California Civil Code, different civil code. Right, but it'll tell you the record, how the civil code or the statute on how it's recorded. And we're going to look at that right now. So we can close these back up here. Get too many things open. And it doesn't work real well. Okay. Where was I? We want to go back to this here. Okay. So you know how to get to Freddie Mac. In a little while I'll show you how to get to Mears. But let's continue on with this description of what a master mortgage is. So the lien is so in the master mortgage, the lien is the sales price agreed upon by lender and borrower, and it must be satisfied before you can take possession of your new castle. Doesn't matter if you take care of the deed of trust you're walking around with right now. You could go ahead and pay this thing off, right? You could. But if you haven't taken care of the master mortgage, well, you're still not the owner. Master mortgage requirements. The master mortgage is created when a property is sold for the first time. When the balance is paid and the property is resold, a new master mortgage is created to replace the old one. The master mortgage is consulted each time a property is sold to ensure that all related documents have been paid. The master mortgage includes documents related to the mortgage originator's file as part of standard record-keeping protocol. Okay, so the master mortgage includes documents related to the mortgage originator's file. Again, this is a thing that we never see. You've not seen, or if you have not seen, yeah, of course I picked the wrong one. Something that says master form on it, or whatever it says for your state. So you would go to the Freddie Mac site, look at yours. If you had picked Arizona's, right, it would look like this. And so until you see the words master form deed of trust, you're not looking at the master form deed of trust. And it's going to say who put this in, the person's name, and on whose behalf. And there'll be some other paper attached to it, apparently. Okay, but again, it says there's a way it's supposed to be recorded, and we're going to look at how they do that here shortly. The biggest thing is, right, until this is satisfied, you haven't satisfied the mortgage. So in Boone County, Kentucky, for example, requirements to record a master mortgage include an entitlement on the face of the document that reads master form recorded by, and the name of the person recording, just like Arizona. Forms of covenants, conditions, obligations, powers, and other clauses related to the mortgage contract, the full name of the person recording the master form, a preparation statement, a return address, and filing fee. All right, it's going to tell you how much it's going to cost to file this thing. Due diligence. When you are buying property, especially foreclosures, tax liens, and multiple mortgages, may not be obvious. It is imperative to have a title search done on the property by a reputable property title insurance company before you sign a contract or make a deposit. A title search is a formal inquiry into the lineage of the property deed. A title search will uncover any hidden debts relative to the mortgage that you will automatically be liable for if you purchase it. Well, they're talking about a title insurance company, right? And you've already bought title insurance. You're paying for it now. So I hope they did their job. We'll find out. Liens and second mortgages. With or without a mortgage, property owner is responsible for all pre-existing debts related to the property. With or without a mortgage, property owner is responsible for all pre-existing debts. And again, everything goes back to the master form mortgage. That's where all the liens are recorded on. If all the related debts are not paid, the bank will retain the property. A lien is a claim against the property made to satisfy the property owner's outstanding debt. For example, a business owner who owes taxes on her business may have a lien placed on her property to satisfy the debt with the Internal Revenue Service. Yeah, imagine that. Didn't say about having it recorded, but yeah, they may put one on. Second mortgages occur when an owner has multiple home loans on the same property. All outstanding debts related to the property must be satisfied before you can take possession of it. So it's almost like your deed of trust you have is almost like a second mortgage. There's a first mortgage. It's called a master form mortgage. They actually use the word mortgage in it. Even though this is done in states that are deeds of trust states. Record keeping. In Texas, for example, a master form mortgage may be recorded in any county without acknowledgement or proof, according to the Uniform Commercial Code. Well, look at that. You can record it in any county in Texas without acknowledging it or proof. Now, most deeds that you see have an acknowledgement on there. There's an acknowledgement certificate done by the notary. Those of you who follow the stuff that we've been doing with accepting your deed and so forth, understand what a public record is, right? You write your free will act and deed to acknowledge the deed as being your property. The grantor gave it to you, and it's sitting in the Register of Deeds office, and to register means to deposit. So it's sitting in deposit. The grantor has given it to you as sitting in deposit, waiting for you to accept the value. And since the first word in it is grant, that means it's a gift, and all gifts must be acknowledged by the grantee. And as we're believing we've figured out now, you're supposed to be actually doing the acknowledgement on the back of the warranty deed. That's a whole other thing. There's just so many things that have come up here recently. I just want to really stick to this master form mortgage and have you go find it. And let's see what the damn things say. Okay, we did that. Indexes. The master document is recorded by a county clerk who indexes the contract under the name of the person recording it. Upon written request, the lender is legally obliged to produce a copy of the master mortgage without charge to the borrower's interest, or succeeding agent. And not only does this person say that, so does Fannie and Freddie. At least I hope they do. Come on, baby. It's just a one-page form. So this is something they put out in 2007 from Fannie Mae, talking about the master form, short form mortgage deed of trust documents, which you can all read at your leisure. I'm going to stick with this right here. The lender, the last sentence of page 1, the lender must provide the borrower with a copy of the recorded master form as well as signed short form and applicable riders. And Fannie, okay, and so these were the states in 2007. I don't know if it's changed, right? But 2007, they're using some form of this right now. The master form that typically is comprised of a title page, and we've seen what the title page looks like. That's what this is. This is the title page. That's all it's on. It's a one-page document. Attached to state-specific Fannie Mae Freddie Mac Uniform Security Instrument, the master form must first be recorded in each county recorder's office in which the lender intends to record subsequent short forms prior to recording short forms in such recording district. Oddly written sentence. Must first be recorded in each county recorder's office in which the lender intends to record subsequent short forms. Okay, and we'll see what a short form is here shortly. Prior to recording short forms in such recording districts. Well, what's a recording district? Right? Now we're using the word district. District comes up with what's a recording district? Small D district. Here we go, man. In Michigan, I'm looking for the small D district court because everyone I see is all capital letters. Yet everything in the statute says good about a district court is in lowercase district. Okay, and just some more stuff that these are going to include. So I'm not an expert in this myself. I just found this out a couple days ago. I'm reading it saying, holy shit, here's something we haven't seen. I know the best way to get people to do something about it is to tell them to go look for it. This is for anybody who has a mortgage. Doesn't matter if it's foreclosing time or not, right? This thing existed before you got your deed of trust. And they didn't tell us. So the Arizona statute, right? So on Arizona, this is the statute that applies to house recorded. Recording of a master mortgages, including master mortgage provisions by reference in another mortgage. Including master mortgage provisions by reference in other mortgage. All right. So they're going to take parts out of the master form mortgage and put it in another mortgage by reference. I wonder why they do that. I think they're going to tell us. Any person may record in the office of the county recorder of any county master mortgage of real property. Master mortgages are not required to be acknowledged, proved, or certified to be recorded or entitled to be recorded. So to be recorded or entitled to be recorded. I don't even know if it's been recorded yet. But, it could either be recorded or be entitled to be recorded. Such mortgages shall have noted upon their face thereof that they are master mortgages. And we saw that that's exactly what it does. The county recorder shall index and record master mortgages in the same manner as other mortgages are indexed and recorded, and shall note on all indices and records therefore that they are master mortgages. Okay, someplace these things are recorded and it says they're master mortgages. Thereafter, any provision of a record of a recorded master mortgage may be included for any and all purposes in a mortgage by reference therein of any or such provisions without setting forth in full if the master mortgage is of record. I'm thinking maybe they mean the quarter record is of record in the county in which the master or the mortgage adopting or including by reference any provision thereof is recorded. So if they're going to take some provisions out of the master form and put it in another mortgage, then the master form has to be recorded in the county where they're going to have this other mortgage adopting or including by reference any provisions thereof is recorded. The reference shall contain a statement as to each county in which the mortgage containing the reference is recorded. The date such master mortgage was recorded. The county recorder's office wherein the master mortgage is recorded. The book, volume, page, recording number of records in the recorder's office where the master mortgage is recorded. Someplace the master mortgage is recorded. But the way this is reading to me, the original one wasn't necessarily in your county. I don't know. We're going to find out. Got a little story that goes along with this when we go a little further. Paragraph numbers or any other method which will definitely identify the specific provisions of a master mortgage which are being adopted and included in the reference. Okay, and the reference is the other mortgage, your deed of trust. Recording a master mortgage which has included therein Any provisions by reference as provided in this section shall operate as constructive notice of the whole thereof, including its terms as part of the written contents of any such mortgage, and of any provision so included by reference as though they were written in full therein. So, if they take any particular parts of the master form mortgage and then put them into the thing that we call a deed of trust, even though it isn't everything the master form mortgage said, because of the way they let them do this, you're agreeing to everything that's on the master form mortgage, although you've never seen it. Just as though they were written in full therein. Well, them sneaky bastards. The parties bound or to be bound by provisions adopted and included by reference shall be bound thereby in the same manner and with like effect for all purposes as though such provisions were set forth in full in writing in such mortgage. All right, this is right in Arizona statute, man. You know, this is Arizona statute 33-415. You ain't going to see the whole thing, but because it's written in their statutes, and you're a U.S. citizen / resident of the state, well, these are the rules they're going to follow. These are their statutes, and they're going to make you follow them. Okay, California is a little bit different. Well, let's just read California, then we'll go look at the forms a little closer. Mortgages and deeds of trust of real property may be acknowledged or proved, certified or recorded in the manner which, with effect, as grants and with like effect as grants thereof. Remember, a grant is a gift. And a grant is actually good consideration because it's by blood or affection. Good is better than valuable. As provided, however, that a mortgage or deed of trust of real property may be recorded and constructed notice of the same and context therein given in the following manner. Okay? So, manner and effect as grants. Provided, however, that mortgage or deed of trust of real property may be recorded and constructed notice of the same and the contents thereof given in the following manner. So this is how they can give constructive notice. By any person may record in the office of the county recorder of any county fictitious mortgages and deeds of trust of real property. Those fictitious mortgages and deeds of trust need not be acknowledged or proved or certified to be recorded or entitled to be recorded. Those mortgages and deeds of trust shall have noted upon the face that they are fictitious. They're going to tell you in frickin' California that it's fiction. It's fictitious. The county recorder shall index and record fictitious mortgages and deeds of trust in the same manner as other mortgages and deeds of trust are recorded, and shall note on the indices and records the same that they are fictitious. Thereafter, any other provisions of any recorded fictitious mortgage or deed of trust may be included in any and all purposes in any mortgage or deed of trust by reference therein to any of those provisions without setting the same in full, provided these fictitious mortgage and deeds of trust is of record in the county which the mortgage or deed of trust adopt, including reference the provisions thereof is recorded. Okay, again, your deed of trust you have is the first lien. If it's recorded in your county, then someplace, the way they make this sound now is in that county, the master form mortgage will be recorded, or here in California, the fictitious deed of trust. And although parts of the fictitious deed of trust will be included in the thing you think is a deed of trust, not everything in the fictitious deed of trust will be in there, yet you're bound to everything it says in it, and you've never seen it. They tell you that at the closing table. The reference shall contain a statement as to each county in which the mortgage or deed of trust containing such reference is recorded. On the date the fictitious deed of trust was recorded, the county recorder's office was recorded in the book volume, first page of the records, the recorder's office, wherein and at which the fictitious mortgage or deed of trust was recorded, and a statement by paragraph numbers or other method that will identify the same of the specific provisions of the fictitious mortgage or deed of trust that are going to be adopted and included therein. Okay, so they're going to tell us which ones they're going to put into our other mortgage. The recording of any mortgage or deed of trust which has included therein any of those provisions by reference, as foresaid, shall operate as constructive notice. So as long as they put what they said from the master form piece of paper we're going to see into your deed of trust, then it acts as constructive notice that the master form mortgage exists. I hope you're not confused, right? They're going to take the master form mortgage, has much stuff written, and they're going to say in there that these particular parts you're going to find in the deed of trust. And sure enough, you go to the deed of trust, you'll find them in there. Well, because they did that by reference, they don't need to show you everything in the master form mortgage, fictitious deed of trust in California for it to be constructive notice that the damn thing exists. And that's the original mortgage, and that's what you need to satisfy. The parties are bound, or to be bound by provision so adopted and included by reference shall be bound thereby in the same manner like effect for all purposes as though those provisions had been and were set forth in full in any mortgage or deed of trust. You're going to live by what the master form mortgage says and never have seen the damn thing. I guess that's probably where they're hiding it. The amendment to this section enacted by the 1957 regular sessions of legislature does not constitute change in, but declaratory of the pre-existing law. This has been going on since 1957, apparently, right? So in every state, we're going to find something similar. That the thing that we have in our property file is not, it's a first lien security instrument. That's what Fannie and Freddie called it. First lien security instrument. It's a security. It's not the mortgage. This is the mortgage, the master and short forms. Okay, so let's step through this here now. I know what I want to do. One last thing. Here, hopefully this don't take long to load up. This is the mirrors site. Or we hope that it will be. Computer gets slower and slower. I've had many people give me suggestions what to do to make it quicker. I just don't have time to study them. Right? I need an A, B, C, D, and it needs to be free. Here's the mirror site. And the mirror site is mersinc.org. We'll take you to this site here. And from this site, if you go to information for homeowners, my mortgage info, you will see that one of the options for finding your mortgage information is easy. You can call or you can go online. And if you go online, you will find a page that looks like something. All right. I'll try it again. Online. Okay, you get to this page. So what this is saying is there's three ways to do it. You can do it by the property address, by the borrower's name, social security number, or by the unique mortgage the MIN number that we saw on the document, right? And so, this is where you're going to do it. But first, you would have to put in this long-ass security number in here. And then you go to the next page. And then if you put in the 18-digit number where it says MIN, it'll show you who your service provider is for your mortgage. And if you call them and tell them that you're looking for your master form mortgage, as Bobby in Arizona did yesterday, and you get past the counter troll and have her go ask the supervisor, you'll have just enlightened the counter troll because she didn't know it existed. Yet she came back and said, well, I guess it does exist. And the supervisor said that she will send an email to get you a copy of your master form mortgage. But normally you would get this by contacting your title insurance company. Okay? So you can get it from the title insurance company maybe, but Freddie and Fannie said that the bank must give it to you. Well, who's servicing your mortgage? That's the lender. And you can get that from this site. And you want to know where your master form mortgage is, and you're not talking about the deed of trust, because when Bobby started this conversation, she thought he was talking about this, which is the deed of trust that most of us are used to. And the counter troll said, well, we have the original deed of trust. So if you want to know where the original deed of trust is, it's with your mortgage servicer. He said, no, this is, he said, do you see this form number on the bottom, right? This is a form that goes to a master form mortgage. And that's where the girl got lost and went and asked the supervisor, who came back and confirmed that it is. And so I think this 426-whatever, this has to be some kind of telling us where the thing is recorded. When we finally figure it out, we'll know what that number means. But the MIN number on the right-hand side is what you would use for you to get from Mears who your mortgage servicing company is. All right. So that's the master. I'm going to close some of these things. I don't need that one anymore. I don't need that one anymore. What goes with that master? They talked about a short form, and that is this right here. And I highlighted a little bit. So this is the short form deed of trust. Again, it has a lot of the stuff that you're going to find in your deed of trust. See all this stuff here? You would find stuff like that in your deed of trust. You may even think you're looking at your deed of trust. But this is only like 4 pages long, and your deed of trust is 18 or something like that, maybe. Quite a bit longer. Master form means that certain master form deed of trust recorded in the office of the recorder in book volume Okay, so obviously this isn't yours because yours doesn't say that. Your deed of trust doesn't tell you where the master form is, but this does. And now, it's going through what a lot of these things are. Note means promissory note signed by the borrower. Loan means the debt evidenced by the note. Okay, so the note is the evidence of a debt. It's not the debt. It's just evidence. Okay, I got a note. So where's the debt? Here's the evidence I have a debt. Where's the damn debt? Where's the loan? We all know what that's like, right? The security instrument. This is a security instrument. Secures to the lender. Right? Again, it's a security instrument. This isn't a mortgage. It's a security instrument. All securities return to the mortgagor when the mortgage is satisfied. All securities return. This security instrument would be one of them. Secures the repayment of the loan, right? And again, what was the loan? Means a debt evidenced by the note. Okay, the note's the evidence. But where's the debt? Show me the debt. Well, there's one other thing here. Master form. Words used in multiple sections of the security instrument as defined below in the definitions sections of the master form and in sections 3, 11, 13, 18 of the master form. Certain rules regarding the usage of words in the security instrument are also provided in section 16 of the master form. Okay, so it's talking about sections in the master form and in sections 3, 11, so forth of the master form. Okay, well, I don't see anything nearly. So this isn't the master form. It's just a short form, deed of trust. Right? So this master form has got all sorts of sections on it. And I think, so to me, they're not talking about these sections here, which are the ones, all this stuff here you would see on a deed of trust. Let's take a look at that. All right, see, there's all right. Security instrument, borrower, lender, trustee, mirrors. Security instrument, borrower, lender, trustee. Then it goes to note. There's a note. G. H. All right, but these are all letters. And this said there would be sections. Sections with numbers. What we got here are all letters. Where's the numbers? All right. Now this is the part they could be talking about. So like 3. Let's see. Was 3 one of them? Yeah. Section 3. Funds and escrow items. Okay. So in here, and I haven't gone through and looked at all these, right? But my point is, there's certain sections they're talking about in the master form mortgage, and we haven't seen it yet. But these aren't the parts they're talking about. Borrower covenants that the borrower is lawfully seized of the estate hereby conveyed and has right to grant and convey the property, and the property is unencumbered except for encumbrances of record. This security instrument combines uniform covenants for national use and non-uniform covenants for limited variations in jurisdiction to constitute a uniform security instrument covering real property. Okay. Paragraph I and including paragraph Q of the definitions section of the master form and section 1 through and including section 25 of the master form are incorporated into the security instrument by reference. Okay. So paragraph I through Q of the definitions. Okay. I through Q of the definitions. Back to definitions. I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. Okay, those parts are the parts that are, those are the only parts that are on, that are from the master form. Well, I'm not going to say they're the only ones, but they're the ones referenced from the master form onto the deed of trust. Okay, borrower acknowledges having received a copy of the master form and agrees. Yeah, the borrower has acknowledged having received a copy of the master form and agrees to be bound by the sections and paragraphs of the master form incorporated into this. Have you seen the master form? Because they want you to sign your name here and then get it acknowledged. Right? It don't say this on your frickin' deed of trust, does it? I've not read every word in a deed of trust, for God's sake, so I don't know. You tell me. Does it say in there that by you signing that you agree that you've you've received a copy of the master form? Because it's referenced in the other one by you signing it, it's the same as you signing this one, apparently. As long as they're referenced in the other document, you're supposed to know everything that's in the master form. And you're agreeing to be bound by it, although you've never seen it. So, I don't know what this short form deed of trust is exactly, although it will be part of the master form mortgage, but I don't think this is all the master form mortgage. All the more reason we need to see what the master form mortgage looks like. And until we do, I can't, not much more I can say. How to find the master form mortgage? Okay, there it is on mirrors, right? I'll have the stuff attached. You can just click on it and look at it at your leisure. And I hope it generates lots of questions. And I hope a lot of people next week pick up the gosh darn phone and make a phone call and call either the title company or the mortgage servicer and demand a copy of their master form mortgage. Fannie and Freddie say they have to give it to you. Right? So if they don't, then call Fannie and Freddie. And if that doesn't work, then put in a frickin' criminal complaint. But all I can tell you is when Bobby asked for the right thing, master form mortgage, and said, no, I want the master form mortgage, and didn't take anything else for the answer but master form mortgage, he got somebody to say they were going to get him a copy. And now we're waiting to see what it says. And thank you, Bobby, for passing that word by me. He's the one who had mentioned master form mortgage the other day. I said, well, what the hell is that, man? I never heard of one before. And he got this from somebody at the county. So all this was just in passing, and this is what happens when people talk to each other and listen to what's being said, especially when somebody in the county says anything. Instead of they're screwing me, what did they say? Or what did they not say? Well, this person in the county said there's a thing called a master form mortgage. And the great thing is, this particular person has their own reasons for wanting to know because they're in foreclosure. They just happen to work in the same building, right? But they don't work in these offices, and they'd like to know where their master form mortgage is. So there's a lot of them got the same problems we do. Okay, I don't know what else I can tell you right now because it's all, until we see what they look like, not much more to say. Except this. It's the document that needs to be satisfied for the frickin' mortgage to go away. Doesn't matter what you do with the deed of trust. Anything else, right? The mortgage is the master form mortgage. That's what needs to be seen, deciphered, and figured out what we need to do to satisfy it. I think it's the $10 mortgage. And the reason I say that is I've seen many examples of paper transferring ownership of these properties from one place in a bank to another, like Chase, right? Two different operations in a bank, and it'll say in there for $10 in hand paid. Well, that means somebody put $10 in your hand, right? It says on your warranty deed for $10 in hand paid. Did you hand the man $10? No. Well, who did? Right? Who gave him a $10 check? Did he get a $10 check? Did that check just go to pay his mortgage because he had one also? I don't know, right? We're going to find out by looking at it. And stay tuned for more. It's going to get really good next week. All right, that's enough. See you guys. I got to go give the dog a bath.